Hey now, having a home bar is totally sweet, whether you've got company over or if you just need to escape to the basement for a beer at some point. And having 4 different taps here allows me a lot of different options for having different items on tap. Now, it does require some maintenance, and today is just one of those days where it's line cleaning day. I'd like to show you 2 different methods that I use for 2 different setups that I have here. And honestly, I could use the company, so come along for the ride. Cleaning my lines is something that I try to do 2 to 3 times a year, just depending on sort of the time I have, how often I've been using these things and changing out beers. Now, that might seem like perhaps a little less frequently that you might want to do it if you were talking about running a bar or something like that. However, because I flush the lines with Star Sand sanitizer, which is awesome, I use that in almost everything I do that requires sanitation, in between kegs. So when I pull a keg off, I throw a keg of Star Sand on there, flush the lines with that, and then get the next one on. I'm less worried about possible contamination issues and things like that. So I get to do this a little bit less frequently. Plus, not that this is really a hassle, but I'd rather be doing something else. But anyway, let's get set up. First off, you actually need to get some line cleaner. I'm using this liquid line cleaner. I actually picked this up from a wholesaler. There are lots of different options out there for different products to use. I like a caustic one. I find that it works really, really effectively. And since there are many options out there to purchase these, I'll try to fire a few different links in the video description in case you're looking for one somewhere. For this one, the dosage rate is a 1/2 ounce per gallon of water, so it does last quite a while depending on how frequently you're cleaning your lines and how much solution you wish to make up. Not that I'm expecting to get any on myself, but of course, just safety-wise, I am wearing some good gloves here just to protect my delicate fingies. For this, I've mixed up actually 4 gallons of solution here. I have a second keg here filled with hot water, and we're going to use that to flush. You also want to have a bucket here just to run off the line cleaner as well as that water you're flushing it with. If you're only needing to clean one line, or if you're just wanting to clean one line at a time, that's all you need for equipment. It's very, very simple. I'm actually going to be cleaning just the right faucet on this tower here. It has beer in it. Now the one on the left, we run sparkling water through and it's filtered water and there's not really much by way of sediment or anything. I don't need to clean that one out today. So I thought I would show you just how to do a single line. So step 1, I'm just going to get my 1 keg of beer out of here. I'm just going to remove both the gas and the liquid connections here. Just pop that keg back in here so that it stays cold. And I just hooked up my line cleaning keg to the system here. This is as simple as just getting that bucket under there. It's starting to run out. I'm going to run this through, and I can see that I've got some line cleaner in there. At this point, I'm just going to turn that off and let it sit for several minutes. With at least 5 minutes having passed and that line cleaner having had some time to work its magic, I'm just going to flush a little bit more through here. You can see that that was darker there. We're going to run through, whoo, look, gross. Look at that. That sediment, which isn't coming out when I pour beers, certainly does get stripped from those lines. Now that we're clear again, I'm just going to do the exact same thing where I turn this off and let it sit for another 5. And let's deal with both of these faucets here at the same time on my second tower. I'm going to actually be running them in sync and clean everything all at the same time. For that, I have a little extra equipment. So here I've got this little loop connector that I'm going to be running in between these 2 right here. This is made simply with this hose barb setup that has a nut that threads on really nicely there. This is something you can undoubtedly pick up from wherever you purchased your kegging equipment and what have you, or a beverage equipment supplier, something like that. It just simplifies things a little bit. Of course, with those, I've got little gaskets here. I also have handy a couple of small buckets here and of course, my faucet wrench. First off, I'm just going to remove both kegs so that I can take off the connections here, and I'll replace the kegs just to keep them inside cold and safe. And now before I accidentally knock one of these handles forward and spill some beer, I'm just going to remove the handles. I need to remove the faucet so I can connect this, so I'll do that using my faucet wrench. This is where I like to have a bucket underneath just to catch any drippings. I'm going to use my second bucket here just to put my faucets in. Since they're not going to have the cleaner going through it, I am going to PBW them afterwards. So I love this PBW. I find it really, really effective for cleaning out my carboys, my faucets, my kegs, all sorts of things. So I've got my faucets here and I have some PBW solution. I'm just going to lean these faucets forward so that they're open and then put both of them into there. And these will soak while everything else is cleaning. Just inserting these gaskets here. I can now thread these on. So that now connects. This is one single system. I can run from the liquid line on this all the way up through and then down through the other liquid line. And of course, we'll just make sure that these are reasonably tight so we don't have leaking. With the system connected up top between the two faucets there, I simply now need to remove one of my liquid connections. It doesn't matter which for now because we're going to wind up reversing this afterwards. And then I'm going to ensure that this is dangling down into my bucket here that will receive the nasty caustic solution. Take my other liquid quick connect and hook it up. So with that, you can see that it's coming out through that line, running all the way around here, and then coming out into my drain bucket. Similarly to that single line that we cleaned there, when I want to just essentially turn this off and let everything sit, I simply disconnect this, reconnect it when I want it to flow again, and just repeat several times. With this dual faucet setup, one thing we are able to do is also do a reverse flow on this. So all I'm going to do now is just switch over my liquid quick connect to this other one and then have the solution running the other direction. I always like to mix up extra cleaners. You can clean out things such as this picnic tap. This one I just found, it's sort of been sitting around for a while. It has some Imperial Stout, I think, in it. This could definitely use a cleaning. As well as my jockey box. This one takes a little bit longer because it has all of that coil in there, which currently has Star San in it. Oh, now I can see that color starting to change, so it is starting to pull stuff out. I'm at the point now where I've run through all of the line cleaning solution that was in this keg, so I've got all of that through the jockey box, this tower, my other tower, and that picnic tap line. So now it's time to flush everything here. I've got this other keg pressurized. This is also full with hot water, and I'm just going to be flushing everything with that. So I'll start off here just by connecting my first tower. You can see there's some of that gap with the air that came out of that one keg, and now we're going to give this a really solid flush with clean water just to make sure we have all of that out. Now this is where some of those products that do have blue dye in them are really, really handy, just because you can see where that blue eventually turns into completely clear, and then you just have to flush a little bit after that. Since mine is a relatively clear solution, I just flush this with a lot of water and I know I'm totally fine. And I'll repeat that process with the jockey box here, getting all of any of that remaining line cleaner out and just flush it with some nice clean water. Of course, I don't want to forget the picnic tap. Just before I flush my final tower, take a look at that nasty brown line cleaning solution that's there. And now we'll let this flush out. As I'm flushing this last line, I'm going to take the keg that had the line cleaning solution in it and really, really clean it out well, disassemble it, rinse everything super solidly with water, of course, just to make sure that it is in fact safe. Now that everything's really nicely flushed with that water, my final step for flushing is just to take Star San, which I have in my Star San keg here, and I'm going to run that through in the exact same fashion just to get everything nice and sanitized and ready to handle beer. With that Star San run through there, now I'm just ready to put away my jockey box, picnic tap, and reassemble my one tower. At this point, my faucets are also all nicely cleaned out here. I had those in that PBW. I'm going to give them a nice rinse, and I'm going to spritz all in here with Star San, and then I can put them back in place. So I'm just going to get some Star San into here, run that through, that quick connect, respray, and reassemble this. Make sure it's all nice and tight. Make sure the posts on the kegs are all Star Sand, and then put them back together. But just before we do that, I want to make sure that we've got this little connector loop here removed while we have minimal pressure in the system because we're not actually hooked up to anything. Just going to remove that. Just give that a little Star San spritz here. Also with our actual faucets. And we'll get these back on. And we'll just get these tap handles back in place. And our final step is just running off that Star San there until we get to our beer. Of course, those lines got a little bit warm, so I can't use this here right away. I have to just wait until the whole system gets nicely chilled down. There you have it, lines clean, time to pour beer. Little black currant saison, it's a thing of beauty. So, cleaning these draft lines, yes, it's a little bit of work. You have to dedicate, an afternoon to it or whatever, getting them clean. However, it's well worth it to ensure that your bar is pristine, the lines are working well, everything is flowing nicely. It's completely worth the effort. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Keep your lines clean, give the beer that you're pouring the respect it deserves, and till next time, keep your beer, your lines, everything that you have at 11.